Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Paul. I'm from London.
Okay. So, Paul, can you tell me if you've interacted with a lot of people, what do you think is the biggest barrier that most people have towards believing in God?
Well, I think most people do believe in God, actually, and even those who call themselves atheists. There's a survey done recently. Some universities in the UK went to many different countries throughout the world, asking those who are atheists what they actually believed, and a majority of atheists believe in the supernatural. So they might believe in life after death, they might believe in angels, they might believe in karma, they might believe in whatever. They might believe in God, I suppose, but most believe in supernatural. So I think one has to take each individual atheist as they are and ask them what exactly they do believe. We can't assume that Mr. Atheist is going to believe what Richard Dawkins believes, like he's a hardcore materialist. He doesn't believe in anything spiritual, anything supernatural. Most atheists are not like that. So we can't assume we know what people believe when they say, I am an atheist. That would be the first thing. So for those who do, most atheists believe in the supernatural. So once we establish that with a particular person, then if we're Muslim, we can then say, well, yeah, you believe in angels, we do too. And we can move on then about the creator, design of the universe, the existence of the universe, all suggesting that there is a God, there's a mind beyond the universe. But if they're hardcore materialists, that's a different subject. So depending on the atheist.
Even with hardcore materialists, the ones that I have come across, if you give them all these logical explanations and they come to a hard end where they have no option but to agree, they would just be like, no. So
well, the Quran addresses this in several places. The beginning of Surah Baqarah, the second surah, of course, it says there are people Muslims dressing the Prophet. There are some people who will not believe no matter what you tell them. And God has sealed their hearts, not because God has sealed their hearts, therefore they don't believe. They refuse to believe, and God has sealed their hearts. So but by the mercy of God, we cannot reach them, and we shouldn't keep on, on at them. It's between them and God. If they've heard the message and they have refused to believe, and God has sealed their hearts, only God really knows if He's done that. But we're dealing with people who are, humanly speaking, beyond our reach. So all we can do is pray for them.
Okay, and one more thing. So in order to improve my knowledge about Islam, what can I read other than Quran and Sunnah? Any sources, be it maybe even non-Muslim sources that that can help us look at Islam from a different perspective and get a better understanding.
Well, I'm going to give you perhaps an answer you don't want to hear. I really do think people need to read the Quran. Actually, people say apart from the Quran and the Sunnah. Well, actually, it is about the Quran and the Sunnah. So, if you don't speak Arabic, read Arabic. Get a good translation of the Quran with maybe some commentary, and just read it slowly and try and understand what Islam is about. Don't bypass the Quran. The Quran is the heart of it, and then the Sunnah, which is obviously the Hadith, the actions, the life, the seerah of the Prophet. Get to know his life, because he was an extraordinary individual, and he has a lot to teach us today.
Okay, can you suggest a good translation and also a good seerah of Prophet Muhammad?
Well, if you're in English, I don't know about in Urdu, but in English, one of the best is by a guy called Abdul Halim. He's a professor at SOAS here in London, and his translation in English is published by Oxford University Press, and it's the gold standard translation used in universities, for example. The English is very, very good. Obviously, nothing can match the original, but if you want a good, reliable, solid translation, I recommend that. But these days, there's so many, actually, that it's hard to just pick one. But that if I had to name one, it would be that one.
Okay. And to know Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, any book for that or writer?
Well, there are lots of seerah, as they're called, lots of biographies of the life of the Prophet. So one would be Martin Ling's, Lings. That's my favourite biography. It's available in English. It's been translated into Urdu, I think, and Arabic and whatever. But there are other by non-Muslims. Karen Armstrong, for example, the English writer, has written a biography of the Prophet, which is very good, actually, being recommended by many Muslims, even though she's not a Muslim, writing from a non-Muslim point of view, but very sympathetic, very understanding. But these days, there's a golden nectar. There are lots and lots and lots, but those two particularly come to mind.
Okay, thank you so much.